Ladies and gentlemen, that was a show. If you have not seen NXT Takeover Fatal 4-Way, you need to go watch this show. You need to find the quickest, and I mean the quickest way to get the WWE Network for $9.99 to watch this show. This was a really good show. And you know what? I know I come on here and I'll be the first one to admit I'm pretty critical when it comes to a wrestling fan nowadays. My videos on the WWE mainly have not been very positive. They haven't. And I'm sorry that most of my viewing audience wants a more positive side of me, and I haven't been giving that to you. Maybe it's because of bias. Hey, maybe it is because Daniel Bryan isn't there, and that energy and excitement that he brings to WWE TV just makes me not like it anymore because it's gone. You know, maybe it's because CM Punk is gone. Maybe it's because John Cena is in the main event. Maybe it's because the show just isn't appealing to me anymore. Whatever the case is, I realize that I haven't been the most positive wrestling fan. But tonight, if you were in the room, if you could have been in the room with me, you would have saw the Lex Man take a step back, not analyze NXT, not dig and pick apart what's wrong with the show, because there were flaws. There were things wrong with the show that I can easily dig into and just rip apart. But you know what I did? I just sat back and I enjoyed it. Something I haven't done in a very long time. Something I rarely do. You know, WrestleMania 30 was a show where I had opportunities to sit back and enjoy. This show tonight gave me that same feeling. As a 8-year-old watching Shawn Michaels versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. As that 12-year-old watching The Rock versus Brock Lesnar, or The Rock versus Hulk Hogan. Tonight, I was reminded of what wrestling is. And with that said, you already know how I'm going to talk about the rest of these matches. Let's just get into it. It's going to be really quickly. First match, the Tag Team Championship. The Ascension versus Kalisto and Sin Cara. Really fun opener. Really good match. Kalisto and Sin Cara end the 344-day run of the Ascension on top as Tag Team Champions. Oh my God, what a match. And now they will be known as the Lucha Dragons. I love that name. And as soon as I get money, along with Cesaro, I will be buying a Lucha Dragon t-shirt. I think Sin Cara and Kalisto are going to be great additions to the main roster. And NXT, when they come up. Ascension's going to kill. Apparently, I think they are coming up very soon, which is why they lost the Tag Team Championships. So, I'm fine with that. Really good match. And then afterwards, we got CJ Parker put against a mystery opponent. Now, I thought it was going to be Kevin Steen, Prince Devitt, or KENTA, or even Crow. Then I remembered that Crow got injured, and I was like, oh, that sucks. So, he got put against, I think his name is Byron Corbin. Is it Byron Corbin or Baron Corbin? Whatever the case, I saw him, I didn't think much of him. Until he destroyed CJ Parker in 5 seconds with that awesome finisher. It's like Bray Wyatt's sister Abigail, like Spike, what do you call it, the Spike STO? But it's different, it's much more powerful. And I was like, whoa, that was impressive, and I liked it. A fun little squash match. And I want to see more of Baron Corbin. I think that's what his name is. So yeah. And then we got the hair versus hair match between Enzo Amore versus Sylvester Lefort. And I'm telling you guys, Enzo and Big Cass are this generation's new age outlaws. They have the crowd in the palm of their hands, and Enzo and Big Cass are two big balls of charisma. They're fun to watch, and this was a fun match. And seeing Enzo beat Sylvester Lefort was a cool moment, and then the antics following it, where they were supposed to shave Sylvester's hair, but he ran off and had to do it to Marcus Luis. And we saw them pour the cream on top of their head, but we didn't see him go bald. This continued throughout the night. It kept you watching. It kept you wondering, wait, where's my stipulation? We're not going to honor the stipulation? And then we saw him bald later on in the night. This was good booking. I really enjoyed seeing this. And then we got the debut of KENTA. Now, I was a little disappointed that we didn't get a wrestling match with KENTA. However, after this segment, I'm happy we held off on it. He came out, introduced himself under a new name. I think it's, I can't pronounce it very well, but I think it's going to be called Hideo Itami? Hideo Itami. Is that what it is? Now, it's a tribute to somebody. I don't know who it is, but it must be somebody important to him. He talked about how he is excited about being in WWE, how he's going to wreck shop in NXT, and then, of all people, the Ascension come out. And I'm thinking, oh my God, they're going to kill him. They beat him up, and then he gets back into the ring and takes them both out. The same tag team that dominated the NXT roster for 344 days. KENTA came out, whooped their asses, sent them running, got a steel chair, sat in the center of the ring, and told them to bring it on. What a way to introduce KENTA. That is how you do it, man. We don't get stuff like this on WWE TV, and it pisses me off. It's so easy and so simple to bring in new talents, and I guarantee you, they would have not done this with KENTA on the main roster. God, it makes me so mad. But I'm happy he came to NXT. That's awesome. And then we got the best matches of the night. First off, the Women's Championship. Charlotte Flair versus Bayley. What a match. Physical female wrestling match. Wow, and they beat the hell out of each other. It got time. And this match did something for me that actually needed to happen. Those of you who watch my NXT reviews know that I am a big fan of Bayley. But the one thing that I thought she lacked to convince me that she could be a really good long-term NXT Women's Champion was a killer instinct. This match established that. This match showed me a side of Bayley that I thought was excellent. First off, we opened the match with Charlotte offering Bayley to shake her hand. And those of you who don't follow the storyline probably thought this wasn't a big deal. This was a huge deal because ever since Charlotte split up with Bayley, because they used to be friends, but ever since they split up, Bayley has been trying to earn her respect back. And now, of all times, she offers her hand, and Bayley lost it. It's like, finally, now you want to offer me your hand? Screw you. Bam! And knocked her out. What great storytelling, man. I love stuff like that. And towards the end, I think it was, during the moonsault spot. What happened was Bayley was down, and then Charlotte came off the top with a moonsault. She didn't quite nail it perfectly, but I think she did it to, soften the blow. Wherever the case is, she hit Bayley with the moonsault, and then Bayley kicks out, and then Bayley just gets up in her face like this, all defiant, all pissed off, all ready to kick her ass, telling her, "You're not gonna beat me, you're not gonna beat me, you stupid bitch." And then Charlotte hits her with the cutter, and bow down to the queen, and beats her. And I was like, oh man, she was that close. But in defeat, I think Bayley was made even stronger. You had Sasha Banks go out there, and she was telling Bayley, "You're nothing. You're gonna be nothing." And then Charlotte got back out there and pretty much pushed Sasha Banks away. She didn't shake Bayley's hand, but It was a way to show that she earned some of the respect back. But my God, what a way to put someone over in defeat. See, guys, this is a clear example of how you can lose but still be put over. Unlike what happened to Bray Wyatt weeks ago. Yeah, I'm going to go there. This match is a perfect example of how it can still work. You can lose and look strong at the exact same time. Not what happened to Bray freaking Wyatt weeks ago, who came out looking like a bitch against John Cena. And this match did it much more better than the main roster does. But I'm not going to stay on that subject. I want to get to the main event. The main event of the evening. The entire show was built around this match between Sami Zayn, Tyler Breeze, Tyson Kidd, and Adrian Neville for the NXT World Championship. And let me tell you this. We like to talk about Match of the Year candidates. This was a Match of the Year candidate. This was a fantastic match. This was everything I thought it was going to be and more. You had every single one of them looking strong in their own way. You had, of course, Tyson Kidd, isolating everybody, being the technician of the group. You had Tyler Breeze being the ultimate opportunist, trying to capitalize on everybody else's, stuff. And throughout the match, you had Tyler Breeze trying to get it, but failing. And every time Tyson Kidd got an opportunity to isolate somebody and actually win the match, someone always interferes. And the crazy thing about this is, Sami Zayn was the guy that took the most beating. He took all of the beating and just came on and came back for more, and came back for more, and came back for more, and came back for more. And then it got to a point at the end of the freaking match. We had, I like to call, not a Tower of Doom, but a Tower of Death and Destruction. It was a double suplex powerbomb off the freaking top rope. That was awesome. And then we get this crazy, I don't know what to call it. It's like Sami Zayn just goes freaking Super Saiyan and just wipes everybody out. He knocks out Tyson Kidd, knocks out freaking Adrian Neville on the outside, and then does a freaking his dive through the ropes DDT on Tyler Breeze, gets back into the ring, boosts Tyson Kidd, goes for the cover. I'm thinking, I'm on my feet by this time. He's gonna do it. And then freaking Adrian Neville pulls the referee out of the ring. Dang it. And then Neville retains the championship, which I'm not mad at. Because that match, I can't even put it into words. It was so good, you have to watch it. Guys, like I said before, this show, now that I'm calming down, I'm bringing it down a notch. Guys, this is a show where wrestling critics like me get to take off that critic hat and get to be a wrestling fan. I feel like I get this more with NXT than I do with WWE. And maybe it's me. Hell, maybe I am biased. Maybe I'm not the best objective wrestling fan out there. And if that's the case, okay. But to me, in my point of view, from my perspective, from my fandom alone, this is something I want to see often. This is the type of show that I believe if I was to get more often, you won't get to see all these negative videos of me ranting on WWE. And I'm not saying every single week, but much more often than what I'm getting. Is that too much to ask for? Is it? I just want to enjoy wrestling. I just want to have fun. Crazy thing about this show, was it the best show this year? It was one of the best. I will happily argue it was one of the best shows this year. But you can argue that it wasn't. But even if you don't think it was the best show this year, you have to admit that it was a fun show. And in wrestling, that is what matters most. If you're not having fun, you shouldn't be watching it. I had tons of fun watching NXT Takeover Fatal 4-Way tonight. And I guarantee you, you will too. You did too if you did watch it. But if you have not seen it, if you are still, at this point in time, not a fan of NXT, get the freaking $10, buy the freaking network, and go watch this show. Stamp of approval from your boy, Deluxe Man. I'm out. Peace.